Miami right now is in first, up by 2.5 games on Philadelphia. Playing some really good basketball. Surprise, surprise, just the deep, well-rounded Miami Heat. Victor Oladipo has been back, played 3 games,
Yes,
looking
sir.
okay. Just the fact that he's back on the court. I mean, it's just if they had get another guy off the bench that can hit a three, play some defense, like how good can this team be?
Like that bench is low-key going to become a very scary thing come playoff time. Because when you have someone like Victor Oladipo and Tyler Herro to step up, if Duncan Robinson's having a bad shooting night, or if someone else goes small against you, and PG Tucker could maybe sit out and you could put Victor Oladipo in, you just have 4 to 5 guys who could give you 20 points a game, a playoff series, who could play great defense, lock people up. You just have your choice of what to run. You have, and this is the benefit they had of, Bam being injured for a little while, Jimmy Butler being in and out of games, and the veterans like Victor Oladipo coming on a vet minimum, even though, he's better than that. They're just an extremely well-rounded, deep team, and this has to be credited to their front office for finding gems in the second round undrafted territory. And another shout out they have to give is J. Cole, because J. Cole is the one who told him to sign Martin. He said, this guy was hooping
Yeah.
in his open runs, and that's a cool story. And he's been a great player for them, a great backup wing, a great bench player, and he's going to perform good in the playoffs. This just looks like one of those teams that I am going to cheer for once the Raptors eventually get eliminated in the playoffs.
Maybe by them.
Maybe by them, because they just have NBA championship level written all over them, but via a team game, a great coach, a great organization, selfless superstar in Jimmy Butler to like who actually lets his other teammates do stuff. It's just a beautiful. It's like the 2013 Spurs where it's like this is like the pinnacle of basketball where everyone is like playing so good and it's like the pinnacle of team basketball. This is like the 2020 version of that, the 2020 decade version of that.
Yeah, so going to their depth, like, do you think when they get to the playoffs and rotation shortened to like 7, 8 guys, do you think the Caleb Martins, the Victor Oladipos, some of the other guys they have coming off their bench, playing big minutes for them and kind of turning games in the regular season, do you think that's going to be as much of an impact and as valuable come playoff time?
Because shooters shoot at the end of the day, and we know when Duncan Robinson's, if his shot's not falling, you could pull him, and you'll be completely fine with that. He could be out of a rotation one game because his shot's not falling that one game. And someone like Max Struss, someone like Caleb Martin, obviously Tyler Herro too, they're all going to step up, take his minutes, and they're going to be as good. And Duncan Robinson's going to hit threes one game at a really high clip, and he's going to be able to just roll out. And Max Struss and Caleb Martin are going to be phased out. Or PJ Tucker, sometimes maybe his lack of height at the power forward spot could be an issue sometimes. Not really, but let's say in this hypothetical, they're playing like Brook Lopez and Giannis, right? You could move Bam to the 4, bring in your Steven, who's been playing amazing. They just have so much options, and they have a top 15 coach all time in Spoelstra, who, in my opinion, is the second best coach in the league right now, who can handle that situation. And man, they're just fit for every situation. And this just reminds me of like in the 2000s, you had the Pistons winning a championship, where it was a team game. In the 2010s, you had that 2013 Spurs winning it. This just seems like that 2020s version, and it seems like the Miami Heat can be that team to win a championship via team ball.
Yeah. How bad of a comparison do you think this team is to the 2019 Raptors? Like Jimmy Butler, kind of the Kawhi-esque. He's more of like a facilitator than Kawhi was, and Kyle Lowry obviously is the Kyle Lowry. Bam is better than Siakam, but like I'm just thinking about like that Raptors team had every guy could get a bucket for themselves or get a bucket for their teammate, right? There wasn't really one like black hole on the team. I guess PJ Tucker doesn't really do that, but other than that, like every single guy, like the ball comes to them, they can do something with it, and that's not like something that a lot of teams can really say.
Yeah, that team had one of the best benches with Fred VanVleet, Norman Powell, OG Anunoby, Serge Ibaka, right? And this team literally has a bench that could rival that team, and that's when it shows. Like that team really didn't have a second superstar, and there wasn't a big two that won a championship. It was Kawhi and others. This team, the others are better than the Raptors others, and they have a similar bench depth, so they can make up for that difference between Kawhi and Jimmy, and they could definitely be a similar mold to win a championship.
Yeah, agreed. And I mean, I think honestly that they're just as good and just as championship caliber as any other team in the Eastern Conference right now.
And
Yeah,
the thing for them they have is chemistry. We've
exactly.
seen the Giannis and the Bucks, they haven't been that good because the big three haven't been playing together that much this season. They've been in and out one or the other. 76ers just traded for James Harden, and I think the Heat will beat them. The Nets, who knows how much games Kyrie's going to play and who knows when Ben Simmons is going to play. So I think the Heat will beat them. I think really, if they get past Giannis, I think it is the Heat's time to go to the finals and win a championship.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here so you never miss the best clips from Stretch the Floor. Hit the links in the description below to find us on all podcast platforms, and follow us on Instagram.